What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about Rivian. Rivian is having another phenomenal day. I want to break it down on what the data points are saying, what's really prompting this green day, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. Starting off, Rivian is up 4.5%, 1482 the high, 1395 the low, 28.7 million shares being traded, 44 is the average. So today is going to be a very heavy volume day, and you do see big money buying the hell out of Rivian, such as right here. So the market's only been open about an hour and a half, and you have a lot of big transactions. First thing as well that probably kickstarted this nice spike up was this one right here, so 5.1 million. But beside the point, a lot of transactions, so institutions are looking at Rivian once again. So I think it's been kind of give and take over this last little bit, especially with the whole Rivian and Volkswagen deal that really lured a lot of people to Rivian, and then it started to sell off, and I think that created value investors, if that kind of makes sense, because a lot of analysts were giving very bullish ratings on Rivian during that kind of pullback. And in case you do not know, what came out first thing was this. So Rivian releases Q2 production figures and sets date for second quarter 2024 results. So it is slated for August the 6th after the market does close. I'm going to live stream that as well in case you are curious, but in Q2 they did produce 9,600 vehicles and did deliver 13,790. So honestly, this is very impressive despite them having that shutdown. They did also reiterate their year-end target for production of 57,000. So honestly, this is amazing stuff, and analysts love it, right? So analyst ratings are starting to come in and very bullish, and I think a lot of even the ratings aren't even encumbering this right here. So I'll quickly pop over to IBKR and give you an overview of that. So a lot of these ratings did come out yesterday: 21, 13, 14, $18 price targets. So 21 was done by Bank of America, John Murphy, 53% success rating. Mark, who also has a 60, Adam Jonas 51%, and that was 13. Tom 47. So honestly, analysts love it, and all of these yesterday were not really encumbering what just came out this morning. So I think bigger and better things were really anticipated, and even beside the point, I think a lot of big money is getting into Rivian today because of the technicals. So the technicals right now, even aside from today's news, we're looking very optimistic. So it does have a pivot point of $11.70. So for as long as Rivian is above that, then it is anticipated to get between that $19 and $20 range. So again, I think some institutions are clearly piggybacking off of this information right here, not even countering that news. So once again, I see that as very, very good stuff. Going over some data points, shorts are not really believing it though, or seeing it as justified. So right now, shorts are increasing 1.94 million shares. 20.9% of the free float is being shorted. 147.99 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization 74.8, and then short score 74.95. I've seen a lot of people this morning starting to talk about how Rivian is a squeeze play, and I think in reality, if we kind of look at what shorts have been doing over this last little bit, they have really been, I don't know, they've been doubtful on almost every aspect of Rivian and doubling the hell down. So if there's ever a time that Rivian could have a squeeze play, it would be around this time, or possibly even encumbering their Q2 earnings. So I don't know, definitely it's a very unique circumstance, and for squeezes to happen, you need all the dominoes to line up perfectly. So I personally don't see Rivian being a squeeze play, but I'll let people think what they believe in the end. So let me know your thoughts on this. This is once again why I like to analyze this information. So shorts are very doubtful that Rivian deserves to be this green today. Looking at options, 7.19 million in calls, 1.91 million in puts. So a lot of money is getting into Rivian through options today. 46% of all the options being done so far today are optimistic and bullish. And of the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be above 15 by the end of this Friday. And just to quickly pop over, so now we do know for their earnings, which is going to be on the 6th. So August 9th is going to encumber that. You don't see all of that much for options being placed on that. somewhere between $14 and $15 right now, but nothing really crazy. And then looking at puts, you do see a consensus for it to be, looks like sub $14 to $13 by the end of this Friday. So more of a continuation of a pullback. But moving on from here, currently with it at $14.57, it is trading between this pivot and this R1. So $13.31 is going to be the next strong support. Didn't even come remotely close to that. 15.68 is going to be that next strong resistance slash target. And similarly, it didn't really get anywhere close to that either. So I think right now, over the next several trading days, you're going to see lower volume as there's half day tomorrow, so the market closes at 1, and then as well Thursday is 4th of July, so happy 4th of July to all the Americans out there. And then Friday, typically hedge funds take that day off, so I think just over the rest of the week it's just going to be lower volume. So I don't really anticipate it to get above this R1, but going into the following week, this is where you could see some nice continuation of momentum for Rivian and push it between the R1 and R2. So technicals, like I said, are looking fairly good. On the actual chart itself, higher percentile of the Bollinger Band. Stochastic, you do see it at 58, so somewhat neutral, not really overbought nor oversold, so kind of just stuck in limbo. And no defined trend right now. A number of retail investors have been buying the hell out of Rivian. So once again, another unique circumstance. So you see both institutions and retail buying the Rivian dip, if that makes sense, or at least kind of riding the wave up. So let me know your thoughts on Rivian. Give yourself a shout out. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What have you been doing with Rivian? And one final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.